Tranquility can't be grasped except by those who have reached an unwavering and firm power of judgment. The rest constantly fall and rise in their decisions, wavering in a state of alternately rejecting and accepting things. What is the cause of this back and forth? It's because nothing is clear, and they rely on the most uncertain guide, common opinion. Seneca, Moral Letters. On our journey towards our goals and dreams, we encounter distractions, doubts, and opinions from others. It's easy to get swayed and constantly second-guess ourselves, going back and forth in our decisions. But according to Seneca, an ancient philosopher, true peace and tranquility come from staying the course. It's about having a clear vision and not being constantly tossed around by the changing opinions and uncertainties around us. We don't have to be 100% certain all the time, but we can have confidence that we are generally heading in the right direction. Sometimes, we might need to take a detour or change our strategy, but the key is to stick to our path and not be swayed by distractions that could lead us astray. So in the majority of other things, we address circumstances not in accordance with the right assumptions, but mostly by following wretched habits. Since all that I've said is the case, the person in training must seek to rise above, so as to stop seeking out pleasure and steering away from pain, to stop clinging to living and abhorring death, and in the case of property and money, to stop valuing receiving over giving. Musonius Rufus Lectures. With a quote from Musonius Rufus, a wise philosopher from way back, he says that most of the time, we don't make decisions based on the right reasons. Nope, we're slaves to our wretched habits. Honestly, if we want to improve ourselves, we need to rise above those mindless routines. We need to stop always seeking pleasure and avoiding pain. We need to stop fearing death and clinging to life. And when it comes to money and stuff, we need to stop valuing what we receive more than what we give. So take a moment and think about our habits. Do we do things because it's what we've always done? Ask ourselves, is this really the best way to do it? Challenge ourselves to understand why we do what we do and make sure we're doing it for the right reasons. I am your teacher and you are learning in my school. My aim is to bring you to completion, unhindered, free from compulsive behavior, unrestrained, without shame, free, flourishing, and happy, looking to God in things great and small. Your aim is to learn and diligently practice all these things. Why then don't you complete the work? If you have the right aim, and I have both the right aim and right preparation, what is missing? The work is quite feasible and is the only thing in our power. Let go of the past. We must only begin. Believe me, and you will see. Epictetus, Discourses. As we grow older, things change. Failure becomes a bigger deal. It's not just about some random grade or a silly sports trophy. It's about the quality of our lives and our ability to handle whatever life throws at us. That's some serious stuff right there. Now don't let that intimidate us. We've got something awesome going for us. We have the greatest teachers ever. The wise philosophers of the past. They want to help us become the best version of ourselves. They want us to be complete, free, flourishing, and happy. And you know what they're asking of us? It's actually quite simple. Just start the work. Begin the journey. We just need to let go of the past, Forget about previous setbacks or doubts and take that first step. Pass through this brief patch of time in harmony with nature and come to your final resting place gracefully, just as a ripened olive might drop, praising the earth that nourished it and grateful to the tree that gave it growth. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Ever notice how a loaf of baking bread splits in places, creating these cracks that catch our eye and make us hungry? Well, Marcus sees more than just a loaf of bread. He sees a metaphor for life's imperfections that somehow steer our appetite for more. It's about discovering grace and harmony in places that are usually overlooked. And let us ask you this: isn't that far better than seeing the world as some dark and gloomy place? Let us open our eyes wide, embrace the artistic and poetic perspective, and find beauty and inspiration in the seemingly ordinary. It's time to appreciate nature's wonders, notice the little details, and celebrate the cycles of life. Your principles can't be extinguished unless you snuff out the thoughts that feed them, for it's continually in your power to reignite new ones. It's possible to start living again, see things anew as you once did. That is how to restart life. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Hey, let us look back through a couple of rough weeks we had. You know, those times when we feel like we're drifting away from the principles and beliefs that we hold? Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. Even someone as wise as Marcus Aurelius faced those moments. But the silver lining is when Marcus reminds himself that no matter what happens, no matter how disappointed we are in our past behavior, the principles and beliefs we hold are still there. They remain unchanged, waiting for us to embrace them once again. It's like a little spark that can reignite at any moment. The past is the past. What happened yesterday or even 5 minutes ago doesn't define us. So why not do it right now? Seriously, why wait? It's a fresh start, a chance to see things anew and regain that sense of purpose and fulfillment.